Ada, you must marry the poor Gateman. You don't deserve a rich husband. You are not made for a classy life. Only my daughter deserves a rich man as a husband. Ada was a girl who knew how to be small. She knew how to walk without making a sound, how to wash plates without letting them clink, and how to cry without letting any tears fall. At 19 years old, she had lived in her Aunty Uju's house for 10 years, ever since her parents had died in a car crash. But lived was the wrong word. She survived. Her Aunty Uju was a large woman with a voice that was always loud and a heart that was always cold. She had a daughter, Bussy, who was the same age as Ada. But while Bussy was the sun, Ada was the shadow. Bussy wore new clothes, went to university, and painted her nails red. Ada wore Bussy's old, faded dresses, scrubbed the floors, and her nails were broken from washing a mountain of pots every single day. Ada, Ada, are you mad? Aunty Uju's voice boomed from the living room. Ada, who was on her knees scrubbing the kitchen floor, jumped. She quickly wiped her hands on her apron and ran into the room, her head bowed low. Yes, Aunty, I am here. Look at this table, look at it. Aunty Uju pointed a thick finger at the glass center table. Do you see the dust? Am I paying you to be useless? Oh, I forgot, I am not paying you at all. Bussy, who was lying on the long sofa scrolling through her phone, laughed. Mama, she is just a village girl. What does she know about cleaning? She is probably looking at the television. Ada flinched. She had not been watching. She had been scrubbing the floor for 2 hours. I am sorry, Aunty. I will clean it again right now. You will clean it until I can see my face in it, Aunty Uju snapped. And after that, the bathrooms are smelling. Go and wash all of them. And before you finish, you must go to the market and buy fish. My daughter's suitor is coming today and everything must be perfect. Ada's heart sank. A suitor. That meant more work, more cooking, and more insults. Bussy's suitor was a rich young man named Pmucka. Aunty Uju was desperate to marry Bussy off to him, to secure her place in high society. Go now. Why are you still standing there? Ada nodded quickly and ran back to the kitchen to get a cloth. As she passed the back door, she saw him. Leo. Leo was the gateman. He was a quiet young man, maybe a few years older than her. He had been working for Aunty Uju for 6 months. He was tall and had kind eyes, but he never spoke much. The other staff, the driver and the part-time gardener, often mocked him. They said he was too slow, too poor, and too quiet. But Ada felt a strange pity for him. He was treated like her, like he was invisible. He was sitting on a small wooden bench by the gate, mending one of his old sandals. He looked tired. Ada looked back into the kitchen. Aunty Uju was still shouting at Bussy about what to wear. Quickly, Ada poured a cup of clean water from the filter, grabbed a piece of the bread she had been saving for her own breakfast, and slipped out the back door. She walked to the gate. Leo, she whispered. He looked up, surprised. She pushed the cup and the bread toward him. You have not eaten since morning. Please take this. Leo stared at the cup, then at her. His eyes were deep and sad. Thank you, Ada, he said, his voice soft. But your auntie, she will be angry. She will not see, Ada said. Just drink it fast. He took the water and drank all of it in one go. He looked at the bread. But this is your own. I am not hungry, she lied. Before he could say anything else, Bussy's sharp voice cut through the air. Ada, who are you talking to? Are you gossiping with the gateman? Ada's blood ran cold. She snatched the cup back and ran inside, her heart pounding. I was just asking him to open the gate, sister. Ada lied, her head down. Bussy hissed. Stop wasting time, go and do your work. And you, she shouted at Leo, stop looking at her. A gateman and a house girl, a perfect match for dirty people. Leo simply looked down at his sandals and said nothing. Ada ran to the market, washed the bathrooms, and cooked the fish stew until her back felt like it would break in two. By 6 p.m., the house was shining, and the air was full of the smell of fried rice and rich stew. Pmucka, the suitor, arrived in a shiny black car. He was handsome and wore an expensive suit. Aunty Uju and Bussy fluttered around him like butterflies, laughing at his jokes and piling his plate with food. Ada was only allowed to serve. She moved quietly, filling his glass with wine, clearing his plate. "You have a good helper here," Pucka noted, smiling briefly at Ada. Aunty Uju laughed a fake, high-pitched laugh. "Oh, Ada, she is just my late sister's girl, a poor orphan. We manage her. It is hard, you know. She is not very smart." Ada felt her cheeks burn with shame. She kept her eyes on the floor and quickly walked back to the kitchen. She was washing the final pot when she heard Aunty Uju and Bussy come into the kitchen. They were whispering angrily. "He did not say anything, Mama," Bussy was complaining. "He just ate and said thank you. He did not even say I look beautiful. Maybe he saw Ada." "He did not see Ada," Aunty Uju snapped. "He only saw you, but maybe he thinks you have too many responsibilities. Maybe he sees this girl and thinks she will be your burden forever." "So what do we do?" Bussy asked, her voice like a whine. Aunty Uju was quiet for a long time. Ada held her breath, hiding behind the tall fridge. "I know what to do," Aunty Uju said, her voice suddenly cold and sharp. "It is time for Ada to leave my house. I will not let that orphan spoil your chances, Bussy. I will not." "But where will she go?" Bussy asked. "She has nobody." Aunty Uju let out a cruel laugh. "Oh, she will have somebody. I will make sure of it. I am going to marry her off." "Marry her to who? Who will marry a poor, useless girl like that?" Ada's heart was beating so hard she thought they would hear it. "Who?" Aunty Uju said. "Who else? That quiet, stupid Gateman, Leo. He is as poor as she is. He has nothing. She has nothing. They are a perfect match. I will force them to marry and then I will throw them both out onto the street. Let them go and suffer together. Then you will be free. Pucka will see that you are the only one." Ada put a hand over her mouth to stop her scream. "Marry the Gateman. Force her." "Mama, that is wicked," Bussy said, but she was giggling. "You are brilliant." "Of course I am," Aunty Uju said. "Tomorrow we will do it tomorrow. Now Ada is no longer my problem." In the darkness behind the fridge, Ada's world crumbled. She sank to the floor, silent tears finally running down her face. She was trapped. She had no money, no family, and no way out. Her life was over. The next morning, the sun rose like it was any other day. But for Ada, the world had ended. She had not slept. She had spent the entire night curled on her thin mat in the small, windowless storage room where she slept, her body aching with fear. She heard Aunty Uju's footsteps before she even reached the door. The door was kicked open. Get up, you lazy girl. Do you plan to sleep all day?" Ada sat up, her eyes red and swollen. "Aunty, please," she whispered. It was the first time she had ever tried to beg. "Please, I heard what you said last night. Please don't do this to me. I will work harder. I will do anything. Please don't make me marry." Aunty Uju looked at her with pure disgust. "So you were eavesdropping. You are adding thief to your bad character. Get up. You are getting married today and that is final." "Aunty, I am begging you in the name of God. I am only 19. I don't want to marry him. I don't know him." "And what do you know?" Aunty Uju grabbed Ada's arm and dragged her out of the room. "Do you have money for a wedding? Do you have a rich man waiting for you? You are an orphan. You are nothing. You should be thanking me for finding you a husband at all. Even a Gateman is too good for you." Bussy came out of her room, yawning. "Mama, she is crying already. This is going to be a fun day." "Go and get dressed, Bussy," Aunty Uju commanded. "I want you to be a witness to this glorious wedding." Ada was shaking, her legs too weak to stand. "Please, Aunty, he is a Gateman. Where will we live? What will we eat?" "That is not my problem." Aunty Uju pushed her toward the backyard. "From today, you are his problem. He is your husband. You will live in his Gateman's shed. You will eat sand for all I care. Now wait here. I am going to call your husband." Ada collapsed onto the dirty steps, her body trembling. This was not happening. It was a nightmare. Aunty Uju marched to the front gate. Leo was sweeping the compound. his face calm as always. "Leo, stop that thing and come here, now." Leo put the broom down and walked slowly toward Aunty Uju. He stood respectfully, his hands behind his back. "Yes, madam." "Today is your lucky day," Aunty Uju said with a cruel smile. "I have a gift for you, a wife." Leo's face did not change, he just looked at her. "Madam." "You heard me, Ada, that useless girl. I am tired of feeding her. She is now your responsibility. You will marry her today, right now. And then you will pack your load and leave my house. Both of you." Ada watched from the backyard, praying he would say no, praying he would run. Who would agree to such a thing? Leo was silent for a full minute. He looked past Aunty Uju, his eyes finding Ada where she sat weeping on the steps. Their eyes met. Ada saw a flash of something in his look. Was it pity? Sadness? "He will not agree, Auntie," Ada whispered, a small spark of hope rising. "He will not." Aunty Uju got impatient. "Well, what do you say, you fool? Or do you want me to call the police and tell them I saw you stealing my generator fuel last week?" That was a lie. Leo had never stolen anything. Leo's gaze finally left Ada and returned to Aunty Uju. His voice was quiet but firm. "I will marry her." Ada's hope shattered. It was a physical pain, like a stone hitting her in the chest. He agreed. He actually agreed. She had given him her breakfast yesterday, and today he was agreeing to ruin her life. "Excellent," Aunty Uju clapped her hands. "I knew you were a smart boy. You get a free wife and I get rid of 2 problems. Bissy, go and call Pastor John from the small church down the street. Tell him I have a donation for him if he can come and bless a marriage in 10 minutes. Bissy giggled and ran off. "And you," Aunty Uju pointed at Ada, "go and wash your face, you stink, and wear this." She threw an old, yellow dress at her. It was one of Bissy's old church dresses, one that Bissy used to call her ugly banana dress. Ada did not move. She just stared at Leo, who was still standing by the gate. Betrayal felt colder than any slap. "Auntie, please," she tried one last time. "If you say one more word, Ada, I will beat you until you cannot stand. Do you understand me? Go and wear the dress." Numb, Ada picked up the ugly dress and went to the small bathroom at the back. She did not wash her face. She just leaned against the wall, her mind empty. This was it. Her life was ending at 19, forced to marry a man she did not know, a man who was as poor as she was, a man who had just betrayed her. 20 minutes later, the wedding began. The location was the dusty backyard, right next to the leaking water tank. There were no guests, there was no music, there was no food. There was only Aunty Uju looking proud. Bissy, holding her phone and secretly recording a video, probably to show her friends. And Pastor John, a small, nervous man who looked like he wished he was somewhere else. Leo stood in his gateman's uniform. He had washed his face, but his shirt was still faded. Ada was forced to stand next to him in the yellow dress. She was barefoot, because Aunty Uju had not allowed her to get her slippers. "We are gathered here today," Pastor John began, his voice shaking. He read from his Bible so fast the words blurred together. He looked at Aunty Uju, who tapped her foot impatiently. "Just get to the part where they are married, Pastor," she ordered. "Yes, madam. Do you, Leo, take this woman, Ada, to be your wife?" Leo looked at Ada. His eyes were unreadable. "I do," he said. The pastor turned to Ada. "Do you, Ada, take this man, Leo, to be your husband?" Ada could not speak. The words were stuck in her throat, choking her. She wanted to scream, "No, he is a stranger. You are all wicked." "She does," Aunty Uju shouted, poking Ada hard in the back. "She is just shy, she does. Continue, Pastor." I now pronounce you man and wife," the pastor finished, closing his Bible quickly. "You may, well, the blessing is done." "Good," Aunty Uju said. She reached into her pocket and gave the pastor a small envelope. He took it and left, almost running. The moment he was gone, Aunty Uju's face turned to stone. "It is done. Now pack your things, both of you. I want you out of my compound in 5 minutes." Bissy was laughing hard now, recording the whole thing. "Congratulations, Mrs. Gateman. I hope you enjoy your honeymoon in the gutter." Leo did not say a word. He walked to the gateman's shed. It was a tiny room, no bigger than Aunty Uju's bathroom. He came out a minute later holding one small black bag. That was all he owned in the world. Ada had nothing to pack. The few old dresses she had were Bissy, and Aunty Uju would not let her take them. She only had the ugly yellow dress on her back. "Go on," Aunty Uju said, pushing Ada toward Leo. "Go with your husband, and never ever let me see your ungrateful faces again. The gate is open." Leo looked at Ada. He did not try to hold her hand. He just started walking. Ada stood frozen. This was it. She was leaving the only home she had known, a bad home, but it was all she had. And she was following a man who had agreed to this cruelty. "Move," Aunty Uju screamed. Ada flinched and took one step, then another. She walked past Bissy, who spat on the ground near her feet. She walked behind Leo, out of the big gate she used to help him open. The gate clanged shut behind them with a loud, final sound. They stood on the dusty street alone. Ada had no bag, no shoes, and no hope. Leo had one small bag. Ada finally broke. The sobs she had been holding back tore through her. She sank to the ground, right there on the side of the road, and cried. She cried for her dead parents. She cried for her wasted life. She cried for the humiliation. Leo stood beside her, watching the cars pass. He did not touch her. He just waited. After a long time, when her tears were almost dry, he finally spoke. His voice was not cold like Aunty Uju's. It was just quiet. "Get up, Ada," he said. "Where are we going?" she whispered, her voice rough. "We have nowhere to go." "I know a place," he said. "It is not far, we can walk." He started walking. Ada, feeling empty and broken, had no choice. She stood up, wiped her dirty face, and followed the man who was now, impossibly, her husband. Leo did not walk far. He led Ada down the main road, turned into a busy street, and then turned again into a narrow, unpaved lane. The houses here were small and crowded together. Children were playing in the dirt, and women were frying fish by the roadside. Ada's heart sank even lower. This was where her life would be now, a slum. Leo stopped in front of a large, old compound. It was not a mansion like Aunty Uju, but a big, face me, I face you building with many tenants. The paint was peeling, and music was blaring from one of the open doors. "Where are we?" Ada asked, her voice barely a whisper. "A friend of mine is the landlord here. He gave me a room to use," Leo said. He led her around the back of the building, past the shared kitchens and bathrooms, to a small structure standing alone. It was a shed, a tiny room made of concrete blocks with a rusty zinc roof. It was, in fact, exactly like the gateman's shed she had just left. It had one small window and a wooden door. Leo pulled a key from his pocket and unlocked the door. "It is not much," he said, "but it is ours." Ada stepped inside. Her heart, which she thought could not break any further, cracked again. The room was tiny. There was a thin, worn mattress on the floor in one corner. In the other corner, there was a small wooden table and one plastic chair. A single naked bulb hung from the ceiling. That was all. "This is it?" she asked. "This is it," Leo confirmed. He put his small black bag on the table. Ada looked at the mattress, then at him. Fear, cold and sharp, suddenly pierced through her sadness. She was alone in a tiny room with a strange man, a man who had agreed to marry her. What was he going to do? She wrapped her arms around herself, backing away until her back hit the wall. "Please," she whispered, her voice shaking. "Please don't touch me." Leo looked at her, and for the first time she saw a deep, aching sadness in his eyes. He looked as tired as she felt. "I will not harm you, Ada," he said softly. "I told your auntie I would marry you. I did not say I would hurt you. You are safe with me." Ada did not believe him. Why would he do this then? Why, she asked, the tears starting again. Why did you agree? She lied about you stealing. You could have said no. Why did you trap me like this? Leo sat down on the single plastic chair, his body slumping. He looked at his hands. Your auntie was going to throw you out, Ada, whether I agreed or not. She was going to throw you onto the street alone. I have seen what happens to young girls who are alone on these streets. They do not last long. Ada stared at him. So you married me to save me. I married you so you would have a name, so you would have a place to sleep, even if it is this poor place. With me, you are a married woman. People will not trouble you. Without me, you are just alone. Ada did not know what to say. Was this kindness, or was it just a different kind of prison? I am tired, she whispered. I know, he said. He stood up and took the thin blanket off the mattress. You take the bed. I will sleep on the floor by the door. You have my word. No one will touch you, not even me. Ada watched him carefully. He did not look dangerous. He just looked sad. Slowly, she walked to the mattress and sat down. It was lumpy and smelled of dust. Leo turned off the main light. The room was dark, except for the moonlight coming through the small window. He lay down on the hard concrete floor near the door, using his small bag as a pillow. Ada lay down, still in the ugly yellow dress. She did not sleep. She listened to the sounds of the compound, people shouting, a baby crying, loud music. And in her own room, she listened to the sound of her new husband breathing softly on the floor. She cried silently, but her tears were different now. They were not just tears of fear. They were tears of confusion. The next few days were a blur. Leo would wake up before the sun, leave the room quietly and go out. He told her he had found a small job, carrying loads at the market. He would come back in the evening with a little money, enough to buy rice or beans or some vegetables. Ada did not leave the room. She was too scared, too ashamed. What if someone from Aunty Uju's house saw her? Leo was always polite. He never raised his voice. He always gave her the first portion of the food. He slept on the floor every single night, never once complaining. One evening, he came back with a small package. What is this? Ada asked. I saw it at the market. It was cheap, he said. She opened it. Inside was a simple, second-hand blue dress and a pair of rubber slippers. They were not new, but they were clean. Ada looked at the ugly yellow dress she had been wearing for 4 days straight. She looked at the blue dress. Why are you doing this? She asked, her voice thick. You cannot wear that yellow dress forever, he said simply. Go and wash. There is a public bathroom at the back of the compound. I will wait here. She took the dress and went. When she came back, wearing the clean blue dress, she felt a tiny bit human again. That night she cooked the beans Leo had brought. They sat at the small table, eating from the 2 plastic plates he had bought. Thank you, Leo, she said. It was the first time she had thanked him. He nodded. You need to be strong, Ada. This life is not easy. I know, she said. I know how to sew. My mother taught me. I am very good with my hands. Leo looked at her with interest. You are a seamstress. I wanted to be. I used to mend Bissy's clothes when she tore them. Aunty Uju never knew. That is good, Leo said, a small smile appearing for the first time. A skill is a good thing to have, better than money. A little bit of trust began to grow in the tiny, poor room. Ada started to believe that maybe, just maybe, Leo was not her enemy. But their fragile peace was not to last. A week later, Ada finally felt brave enough to step out of the compound. She needed to buy salt. As she was walking back, a large, fancy car pulled up beside her. The window rolled down, and Ada froze. It was Bissy. She was sitting in the passenger seat next to Emeka, her rich suitor. Well, 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 Bissy sneered, her voice dripping with poison. Look what we have here. Mrs. Gateman, I see you have a new dress. Did your husband steal it for you? Ada tried to walk away, but Bissy opened the car door. I am talking to you, Orphan. How is the married life? Is the shed comfortable, or is it as smelly as your husband? Emeka looked uncomfortable. Bissy, leave her alone, let's go. Why? Bissy said, enjoying the moment. I want to see how the poor people live. Tell me, Ada, do you and the Gateman share one plate? Do you wash his dirty uniform every day? My mother was right. You belong in the gutter. Ada's hands were shaking. She wanted to run. She wanted to cry. But then she remembered Leo, sleeping on the cold floor, giving her his food, buying her a dress. She looked straight at Bissy, her voice shaking but clear. He is a better man than you will ever know, Bissy. He is kind. He is respectful. He is not wicked. That is more than I can say for you. Bissy's smile vanished. How dare you, you filthy rat. She raised her hand to slap Ada, but Ada did not flinch. Go ahead, Ada said. Hit me. It is all you know how to do, but it will not change the truth. You are rich, Bissy, but your heart is rotten. Bissy was so shocked. She just stood there with her hand in the air. Ada turned and walked away, her head held high for the first time in her life. She did not run. She walked. When she got back to the room, Leo was there. He had come back early. He was sitting on the chair, watching her. I saw what happened, he said quietly. Ada's bravery faded and she started to cry. She is so wicked. They are all so wicked. Leo stood up. He walked over to her. He did not hug her. He just placed his hand gently on her shoulder for a second. You were brave, Ada, he said. You were very brave. And in that small, poor room, Ada felt something she had not felt in 10 years. She felt proud. Life in the small shed settled into a routine. It was a hard life, but it was a quiet one. Leo would leave early for his job at the market, and Ada would stay in the room. She was too afraid to go out much, terrified of meeting Bissy or Aunty Uju again. But she could not stay idle. With the small amount of money Leo gave her for food, she started saving. 50 naira here, 100 naira there. After 2 weeks, she had saved just enough to buy a needle and some thread. She began to mend her own blue dress, making the stitches so tiny and perfect, it looked new. One of her neighbors, a kind woman named Mama Rose, saw her sewing outside her door one afternoon. My goodness, child, Mama Rose said, peering at the dress. Your hand is blessed. This stitch is finer than the ones at the big tailor's shop. Ada blushed. Thank you, Mama, my mother taught me. Can you help me mend my son's school shirt? The pocket is torn and I cannot fix it right. Yes, Mama, I can, Ada said. She fixed the shirt and Mama Rose was so happy she gave her a small bowl of rice and stew. Soon, other women in the compound started bringing their clothes to Ada. A torn wrapper here, a split seam there. They could not pay her much, but they paid her with what they had. A cup of gari, some tomatoes, or a few cubes of soap. For the first time, Ada felt useful. She was not just an orphan, she was Ada the seamstress. When Leo came home that night, he saw her sitting on the floor, happily sewing a dress for a neighbor's child. You look happy, he said, placing a small bag of onions on the table. I am, she said, not looking up. I like to work. It is a good thing, he said. He sat on the plastic chair and watched her. His quietness was no longer scary. It was becoming comfortable. Leo, she asked, biting the thread. That day at my auntie's house, you said you married me to protect me, but you lost your job, you lost your room. Now you are carrying loads in the sun. You are suffering because of me. Leo was silent for a long time. The only sound was the scratching of Ada's needle. Suffering is not new to me, Ada, he said finally. And it is better to suffer for a good reason than for no reason at all. Ada stopped sewing. She looked at him. What do you mean? This world is not kind to people like us, he said, his voice low. I know what it is to have nothing, to be invisible. I saw how they treated you. I could not just walk away and let it happen. But you are a good man, Leo. You deserve better than this. This tiny room, this hard work. He gave her a small, sad smile. And you do not. You deserve better too, for now this is what we have, we will manage. A strange bond was forming between them. It was not love, it was something quieter. It was the bond of two people who understood each other's pain. But their fragile life was about to be tested. One night, Ada woke up feeling very hot. Her head was pounding and her throat felt like it was on fire. She tried to sit up, but the room spun around her. "Leo," she whispered, her voice weak. He was instantly awake. He slept on the floor by the door as always. He scrambled to his feet in the dark and lit the small kerosene lamp. "Ada, what is it?" He saw her face, dripping with sweat, and her eyes, which were too bright. He touched her forehead. "You are burning," he said, his voice suddenly full of panic. "It is a fever, a very bad fever." "I am cold," she whispered, shivering though her skin was hot. "Malaria," Leo said. "It must be. The mosquitoes here are terrible." He ran out and came back with a wet cloth, placing it on her forehead. But the shivering got worse. By morning, she could not even sit up to drink water. "I need to get medicine," Leo said, his face tight with worry. "I will go to the market. I will get an advance from my boss." He ran out of the room. Ada lay on the thin mattress, drifting in and out of a painful, hot dream. She dreamt of her mother. She dreamt of Aunty Uju's shouting. She felt like she was drowning. Hours passed. The sun was high and hot, turning the small room into an oven. Ada was terrified. What if Leo didn't come back? What if he decided she was too much trouble and just left? She was sick. She had no money. She would die here alone. The thought made her cry, but she was too weak. The door burst open. Leo ran in, holding a white paper bag. He was out of breath, his face covered in sweat. "I am here, Ada, I am here." He pulled out several packets of medicine. Not the cheap, chalky tablets from the local chemist, but expensive-looking capsules in shiny packets. He also had a bottle of mineral water and 2 oranges. Where did you get this?" she whispered. This was not the kind of medicine a market porter could afford. This looked like it came from the big hospital in the city. "It does not matter," he said, his hands shaking as he tore open a packet. "The chemist said to take 2 now. Sit up. I will help you." He helped her sit, holding her steady as she swallowed the pills. The medicine was bitter, but the water was cool. "Leo," she insisted, her voice rough. "Where did you get the money? This is too much. Did you steal it? Did you steal for me?" Leo looked pained. "No, Ada, I did not steal." "Then how? Your boss at the market would not give you this much money. I know what they pay." I have another boss," he said, looking away. "A rich man I used to work for. I went to his house. I begged him. I told him my wife was dying. He gave me the money as a gift." Ada stared at him. He had begged for her. This quiet, proud man had gone to a rich man and begged for her life. "Oh, Leo," she whispered, and the tears that came this time were not from fear. They were from something else, something she could not name. He peeled an orange and gave her a slice. "Eat, you need strength." For 3 days, Leo did not leave her side. He did not go to the market. He sat on the floor, changing her wet cloth, forcing her to drink water, waking her up to take the medicine. He would tell her stories, simple stories about growing up in a village, about fishing with his father. His voice was calm and steady, and it kept the fear away. On the 4th day, the fever broke. Ada woke up and the room was not spinning. She was weak, but she was clear-headed. Leo was asleep on the plastic chair, his head resting on the table. He looked exhausted. She watched him for a long time. He was a good man. In all this time, he had never been cruel. He had protected her. He had saved her. She was still his wife only in name. He still slept on the floor. But Ada knew as she looked at him sleeping that she did not hate him. She did not hate him at all. As she was getting her strength back, she started cleaning the small room. Leo had gone back to work. While sweeping under the mattress, she found something. It was a small black notebook. It must have fallen from his bag. Curious, she picked it up. She knew she should not open it, but she could not help herself. She opened the first page. It was full of numbers, long numbers, millions, billions. They were written in Leo's small, neat handwriting. Alongside them were names of companies: Lion Properties, Crown Investments, Delta Logistics. What was this? Was he an accountant? She flipped to the back page. There she saw a name and a phone number. Dr. Raymond, Lagos Island Hospital. Why did he have the number of a doctor at the most expensive hospital in the state? She was so confused. She heard his footsteps outside and quickly pushed the notebook back under the mattress. When he came in, she looked at him differently. "Ada, you are up. You look better," he said, smiling. "I am Leo, thank you." That night, as he prepared to sleep on the floor, she stopped him. "Leo, wait." He turned. You can sleep on the mattress," she said, her voice shy. "It is big enough. I do not want you on the cold floor. It is not right." Leo looked at her surprised. "Are you sure?" "I am sure. We can put the pillow in the middle, but you are my husband. You should not be on the floor." He hesitated, then he nodded slowly. "Okay, Ada, thank you." That night, for the first time, they shared the bed. A thin pillow lay between them like a wall, but in the small, dark room, the wall was starting to come down. Ada lay awake, her mind racing. Who was this man? This Gateman who bought expensive medicine, who begged from rich friends, who wrote numbers in the billions in a secret notebook. She was no longer just confused. She was deeply, truly suspicious. The small seed of suspicion Ada felt toward Leo began to grow, watered by his strange and quiet habits. He was still kind, still respectful, and he still treated her like a fragile object, but his mysteries were becoming harder to ignore. He continued to work his job at the market, coming home with his hands rough and his shirt stained with dust. But sometimes, Ada would notice things that did not add up. One afternoon, while she was mending his work trousers, she found a small, silver card in his pocket. It was not a credit card. It was a metal key card, the kind used for high-security office buildings. It had no name, only a gold lion emblem. She held it in her hand, feeling the weight of it. It felt expensive. When he came home, she showed it to him. "Leo, you forgot this in your pocket." His eyes widened in a way she had never seen before, a flash of pure panic. He snatched the card from her hand so quickly, she flinched. "Where did you get this?" he asked, his voice sharper than usual. "It was in your trousers. I was mending them," she said, her heart beating fast. Leo's face softened, but he looked worried. He quickly hid the card in his small black bag. "It belongs to my other boss, the rich man. I was holding it for him. It is very important. Please, Ada, do not touch my bag." "I am sorry," she said. "I was just—" "It is fine," he interrupted. "Just do not go through my things. It is not right." Ada felt ashamed, but also more suspicious. Why was he so scared? A few days later, another strange thing happened. Leo told her he would be home late. He said there was a night guard job he was taking to make extra money. "A night guard job? Where?" Ada asked, worried. "At a warehouse. It is safe, but I will be back after midnight," he said. He left, and Ada felt the familiar loneliness of the small room. Around 10 p.m., she realized she had run out of kerosene for their small lamp. She did not want to be in the dark, so she took a small bottle and walked to the shop at the end of the street. The street was dark, but she was no longer as afraid as before. The people in the compound knew her as Mrs. Leo, and they respected her. As she was walking back, a long black Mercedes-Benz slowed down as it passed her. The car was so new and shiny, it looked out of place in their poor neighborhood. The windows were tinted so she could not see inside. It drove slowly to the end of the street, turned around and drove back, stopping right in front of her. Ada's heart hammered in her chest. The back window rolled down. Inside sat a woman. She was beautiful, but in a cold, sharp way. She wore a red dress and diamond earrings that glittered in the dark. She looked at Ada from the top of her head to her rubber slippers. "You are Ada?" the woman asked. Her voice was smooth like silk. "Yes, Ma," Ada whispered, terrified. "Who are you?" "My name is not important," the woman said. "I am a friend of Leo's. I am here to warn you." "Warn me?" "You think you know him, but you don't. He is not who he says he is." Ada clutched her small bottle of kerosene. "What do you mean? He is a good man." The woman laughed, a cold, sharp sound. "A good man? You are sleeping in a shed wearing second-hand clothes and you call him a good man. You are a fool, child." "He is my husband," Ada said, her voice shaking. "He is not your husband. He is a liar," the woman said, leaning forward. "Let me tell you who he really is. He is a thief. He worked for my family and he stole from us a lot of money. We have been hunting him for months, and now he is hiding in the slum, pretending to be a porter, using you to cover his tracks." Ada's mind went blank. "A thief, Leo?" "No," Ada said. "That is a lie. He is not a thief." "Is he not?" the woman said. "Ask him where he got the money for your malaria medicine. Ask him what is in his secret notebook. Ask him why he has keycards to buildings he has no right to enter. He is a criminal, Ada." Ada remembered the medicine, the keycard, the notebook with billions. Her blood ran cold. It all made sense. "He is using you, you poor girl," the woman said, her voice softening with fake pity. "And when we catch him, you will go to prison with him. Is that what you want?" What do you want from me?" Ada stammered. "I want you to leave him. Now, tonight, disappear. If you stay with him, you will be destroyed when we come for him, and we are coming for him." The woman opened her purse and pulled out a thick wad of cash. It was more money than Ada had ever seen in her life. "Take this," the woman said. "It is 50,000 naira. Go back to your village, start a new life. Forget you ever met him. If you do this, you will be safe. If you stay, I cannot help you." Ada looked at the money, then at the woman's cold, smiling face. "He is not a thief," Ada said again, but this time her voice was weak. The woman sighed. "Have it your way, but when the police come, do not say I did not warn you." She threw the bundle of money onto the dirty ground at Ada's feet. "Take it or leave it, but get away from him." The window rolled up. The black Mercedes-Benz sped away, leaving Ada alone in the dark, staring at the pile of money on the ground. She stood there for a long time, her mind at war. Was it true? Was Leo a criminal? Had he married her just to hide? The woman's words felt like poison, seeping into the small trust she had built. Slowly she bent down. Her hands were shaking. She picked up the money. She ran back to the room, her heart pounding so hard she felt sick. She bolted the door and hid the money under the mattress. She sat on the bed, shaking. A thief. That explained everything. The expensive medicine, the keycard, the secret notebook full of numbers he had probably stolen. The rich boss he begged from was probably the family he had robbed. And the night guard job. He was probably out committing another crime right now. Ada felt sick. She had been a fool again. She had trusted him. She had let him into her life and he was just using her. He was no better than Aunty Uju. When Leo came home after midnight, he found her awake, sitting on the bed with her knees to her chest. The lamp was burning. "Ada, you are still awake," he said, looking tired. She looked at him. She looked at his face, his kind eyes, his rough hands. Was it all a lie? "How was the job?" she asked, her voice cold. "It was fine," he said, stretching. "Just long. I am very tired." He started to prepare his spot on the floor. "Why did you not tell me, Leo?" she asked. He stopped. "Tell you what?" "That you are a thief." Leo froze. He turned around slowly, his face pale. What did you say?" "A woman came here in a black car. She said you stole from her family. She said you are hiding. She said you are a criminal." Leo's expression changed. The tiredness was gone. He looked dangerous. It was a look she had never seen. What did she look like? He asked, his voice low and urgent. She was beautiful. She wore a red dress and diamonds. Leo closed his eyes and cursed under his breath, a word Ada had never heard him use. What did she tell you? He demanded. She told me to leave you. She said you are using me. She gave me money. Leo's eyes snapped open. Money, where is it? Ada pointed under the mattress. He walked over, lifted it, and saw the cash. He looked at it with disgust. Ada, he said, his voice desperate. Listen to me. It is not what you think. That woman, she is the liar. She is the criminal. So you are not a thief? Ada asked, wanting to believe him. No, I am not. Then who are you, Leo? She cried, standing up. Who are you? You are not a gateman. You are not a market porter. You lie about night guard jobs. You have secret notebooks and keycards. You have enemies in black cars. You are not who you say you are. Tell me the truth. Leo looked at her, his face full of conflict. He opened his mouth, then closed it. I cannot, Ada. Not yet. It is not safe. Not safe, she laughed, a bitter, broken sound. I am living in a shed, married to a man who is either a thief or a liar, and you are telling me it is not safe. I am done, Leo. I am done with secrets. She grabbed the money from under the mattress and threw it at him. Take it. I do not want it. I am leaving. Ada, no, you cannot leave. It is the most dangerous thing you can do, he said, grabbing her arm. Let me go, she screamed, hitting his chest. You lied to me. You all lied to me. Ada, please. That woman, her name is Stella. Her family, they are the ones who are hunting me. But not because I stole, because I know what they stole. If you leave this room, they will find you. They will hurt you to get to me. Ada froze. What are you talking about? Before he could answer, there was a loud, violent bang on their thin wooden door. It was not a knock. It was a kick. Open this door, Leo, a man's voice shouted. We know you are in there, and we know you have the girl. Leo's face went white with terror. He grabbed Ada and pushed her into the darkest corner of the room. Do not make a sound, he whispered. The door crashed open. Two large men in black suits filled the doorway, and behind them, smiling, was the woman in the red dress. Hello, Leo, Stella said, stepping into the room. Did you miss me? Subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications, as I would drop the final part this week. What are you expecting from the next part? And tell me where you are watching from.